Hello, welcome back. I have a bowl of edamame right now. We're really going with the green tones. This one's empty. I just wanted a snack. Welcome to the couch. We love it here. I'm doing a little bit of arts and crafts today. I am making a vision board. It's currently that week between Christmas and New Year's where nobody really knows what to do and time does not exist. But one thing that I told myself that I would do this week is make my vision board for 2023. I didn't think about making this a video until now, so I apologize that I've already started. But I figured you guys could join me for the remaining time of this vision board making, and we could have a little chat about setting intentions and living intentionally for the new year to come. And if you want to make a vision board too, I highly recommend it. A, it's a fun little craft, and B, when we are trying to manifest things, you want to visualize the things that you want and the mental state that you're in when you have these things, acting as if you already have it. Visualization is a very powerful manifestation tool. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. That's a Bob Proctor quote, love him, RIP. Something that's a topic that I keep coming back to is presence and mindfulness. I kind of briefly talked about this on my banana bread video, which if you haven't seen yet, maybe check it out if you would like. But I was talking about how easy it is to live life on autopilot. Sometimes we get very wrapped up in the day-to-day life, being here, going there, doing this, seeing this person, doing this thing, this and that, blah, blah, that we forget to take a second for ourselves and think about what's going on. That's where being very intentional comes in. When you are present and when you are living with intention, which means you are aware and choosing every action that you are taking, then you take your power back. At the end of the day, I was just thinking about this while I was meditating today. I was thinking about how life is just a culmination of moments. You really take your power back when you realize that your life is just moment after moment and what you choose in each moment. So whether you're choosing what happens or you're choosing how you respond to it, how you react to it, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. That's how I live my life. I know it's easier said than done. I know that we have responsibilities, we have things that we have to do, we have moments where we have to be humans, but everything starts with an intention. Even if it's setting an intention to be more intentional, that's a step in the right direction. You don't have to get overwhelmed and think like, I want this whole new life, I have to change everything right now in this moment. But you can take small, consistent actions that align you with that version of yourself or that life that you want, and remain present and aware of how it is that you are creating that life for yourself or aligning with that version of yourself. Because everything that you want already exists. It's getting out of that I want, because when you want something, you're putting yourself in the mental state of not having it. And to manifest, you have to put yourself in the mental state of already having it. So in other words, you kind of have to be a little bit delusional. The law of attraction, manifesting, all of this, it's basically being delusional. No offense, but you want to be delusional. You want to paint a picture in your mind of this is my life, this is how I'm living, this is who I am. Even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just while you're meditating, while you're setting your intention, while you're journaling, while you're putting yourself in that mental state. Because the mind does not understand the difference between something that is happening presently and something that is happening in your brain. That's why we have trauma responses, that's why we have triggers, that's how we react to certain things, because the mind is not differentiating the two. If you're thinking about something in the past that happened to you that caused you pain or fear or trauma, your body will literally respond to that and create that element and reaction in the present moment, even if it's not happening right now. When you think about something that made you sad, you get sad. When you think about something that made you happy, you get happy. So when you're manifesting or visualizing or whatever, when you put yourself in that mental state of already having the thing, you are creating that reality in your head and basically attracting it into this one. And you're basically creating that program in your mind that is preparing you for what it is that you want. Don't underestimate the power that you have and the power that your brain has in literally creating everything in your life. If you want to change the way your life looks, change the way that you think. Easier said than done, but consistent practice and effort and action paired with thought, it can really do a lot. Sometimes it's easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results. Humans are very impatient. We are used to instant gratification. We have short attention spans, but self-development and personal growth has been a topic that I've been interested in for many years. And if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that awareness is one thing, and actually being able to do something and implement what it is that you know takes a lot of effort and a lot of mental strength and consistency and discipline. And that can get very, I guess, frustrating because we want the result like right now. But this has turned into a vision boarding and pep talk, but it is what it is. If you think about the state that you're at right now in life, who you are as a person, the way that you see the world, the way that you see life around you, there is a reason behind everything that you do and everything that you think. There's a reason that you see things a certain way. There's a reason that you have formed perspectives and opinions and reactions surrounding everything. Your whole reality is based on a why. And that why has been formed throughout many years of repetition and of consistent either experience that has given you this opinion or this perspective, or just something that you've come to believe or come to terms with, whatever it might be. But what I'm trying to get at is that you've formed your whole reality and your whole world based on the life that you have lived up to this point. And to come to this point and want to challenge those beliefs and challenge those ways of living and of being, it's gonna take persistence, and it's gonna take repetition, and it's gonna take practice, because you've been persistent and you've been repeating and you've been practicing these beliefs and these things for as long as you've lived, or as long as you've had these opinions, which is way more time than just this minute that you have decided, oh, I want to change this about me, or this opinion, or this action, or this reaction. So you have to be a little bit easy on yourself and give yourself some space and some understanding that, okay, I want to change this. I have the power to change this. I could change this in a second if I want to, because anything that I tell myself I can do. But also, it's okay if this doesn't change right here, right now, because I have my whole life that I've been telling myself X, and now it's Y. So I just need to do it over and over and over and over again. We are creatures of habit. I think I printed too many pictures. I definitely did. I don't think, I know. I now know for sure. I've printed way too many pictures. It's almost full, and I still have like a fat stack of images, but it's okay. Maybe I'll make a compact size. I'll just have little vision boards all around the house just so I can like remind myself of what I'm doing all of this for. Which is also a good point. You have to remind yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? I'm a big why person. If I don't feel like I am doing something with a purpose, it is just not fulfilling to me. So sometimes you have to remind yourself why you started, why you're doing what you're doing, or even just ask yourself to begin with. What was I saying? I completely just lost my train of thought. I completely lost it. It's gone. The thought has gone into the abyss. Poof. Goodbye. I feel like this whole video has already been just me rambling about random things, but hopefully you've gotten something out of that. We have made some progress. There is simply this corner to fill. Guys, I really recommend making a vision board. Just looking at it, first of all, it's very aesthetically pleasing. Second of all, I can put myself in a mental state where this is how my life looks when I just look at this. And you want to associate a feeling with the life that you are visualizing. Everything is energy. I really recommend practicing visualization. We're gonna get a little deep. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of Gigi's life story here. When I was at a point where I did not like my life whatsoever, I had a victim mentality for a while. I was someone that would basically just feel sorry for myself and excuse certain behaviors. I would think to myself, you know what? These were the cards I was dealt. I am not meant for anything more. If I amount to nothing in my life, it's okay, because my life sucks. It's not my fault, and it is what it is. I would play the victim and blame everything outside of myself for the way that my life looked and for the things that I was doing and the way that I was feeling. When I got to a point where I realized that I was full of shit and that nobody owed me anything, and that I was the one that was creating my life at that moment, because everything that had happened to me, fine, sad, sob story, whatever, it had already happened. It was in the past. It did not exist anymore. And I was basing my life on something that no longer existed. It was simply a figment of my mind, and it was simply an excuse for myself to feel bad for myself and not fix it, basically. Until I had an abrupt wake-up call and I realized that it was up to me and it was my life, and I had to take it by the reins. Reins? Like reins of a horse? Is that right? We're just gonna go with that. But you know what I mean. Like, I had to take control of my life again and realize that I was in charge of the way that I was seeing it and of the actions that I was taking. Visualization, I can't express how important it was for me. I was in a state where I saw nothing for myself, and when I started basically creating delusions and hallucinations for myself, it sounds very like woo-woo to say it. Y'all can think I'm crazy, but it's effective. I pulled myself out of a very dark place by basically imagining things. I'm a big daydreamer. Like, I could sit here and stare at the wall and just play a whole movie like in my head. And I just started doing that with things that I wanted for myself. And in turn, those things started happening. So long story short, visualization is a very powerful tool, and I can't express that enough. What's the worst that can happen if you sit down and like imagine things for a little while? People might think it's a little whack, but who cares? Life gets a whole lot easier when you stop caring about what everybody else thinks about it. At the end of the day, nobody else is living your life for you. So why would you base the way you live your life on anybody or anything but yourself? You got you. Who's got you like you got you? That's the question you gotta ask yourself. Who's got me like I got me? Everybody's got themselves to take care about, words. Everybody's got themselves first. And it's not selfish. It's not a bad thing. You've got to care about yourself first. You are your greatest commitment. And with that, we have finished the board. This sparks joy. Here's my vision board. These are the vibes. Hope you enjoyed this little chat. Nice talking to you. I just realized I forgot to eat my edamame. P.S. If you have not tried the chili lime powder from Trader Joe's, I highly recommend it. I put it on like everything. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick little pep talk / vision board craft time. I feel like at least one of those sentences had to have made sense. So see you in the next video. Peace out.